Okay, so magandang araw po mga kanumero, especially po sa mga incoming grade 9 po. So, sa mga mag-grade 9 po ngayon, so ito po yung magiging topic, unang topic po para sa grade 9 sa mathematics. So, magpo-focus muna sa geometry. So, sa geometry, i-review po muna ano po ba yung point, line, ray, segment, plane, and then angle. Actually, sa unang part ng elementary, na-discuss na to, pero yung iba nakakalimutan pa. And then minsan, may mga symbols sa geometry na hindi pa po alam ng karamihan. So unahin po muna natin yung point. So based on the description, because this is considered as undefined term, kasama yung line sa kayong plane. So ang point is a representation of a simple point, parang tip of a pen. That is point. And then wala siyang length, and then wala siyang height. So wala siyang distance pa. Pero pag mag-name tayo ng point, ito yung medyo alam dapat ng karamihan, dapat we're going to use capital letter that represents a point. So pwede nating sabihin, this is point A, another ngayon may point na naman is point B. So pag isasabihin natin siya, that is point A and point B. O kaya minsan, isang capital letter lang, A. So automatically, that is point A, basta capital letter. Importante nang gagamitin nyo is capital letter for the point. That represents a point. Next is line. So ang line naman, ang itsura niya is may two arrowheads. So for example, this is line AB. Okay? So pag in-name mo siya, so pwede mong pangalanang line AB. So, meron siyang bubong. So, ito yung name niya, ito yung figure. So, pag papangalanan mo siya, that is line AB. And then, ang line, katulad ng ray at segment, pwede mong pangalanan ng kahit isang letter lang. Halimbawa, merong isang line. Then, use small letter. So, we can name this as line M. Pero pag capital letter ang gusto mo, dapat lagyan mo nun both side ng capital letter para mapangalanan yung line. So, pwedeng line M, line AB, and then, syempre, pangalan nito, pwede mo siyang lagyan ng gano'n. Line M. O kaya minsan, kahit wala na to, automatically, pag sa geometry, pag binasin, that is line M. Okay? So, next, we have the ray. Actually, ray is a subset of a line. Part lang siya ng line. Kasi, it is consists of one arrowhead and one endpoint. So sabihin natin, this is point A and then point B. So ang pangalan niya is ray AB. By the way, kanina, itong line AB, pwede mong pangalan ng line BA. Kasi parehas lang naman sila, may arrowhead. So pwede mabaliktad. Pero dito, pag ray siya, ray AB lang talaga. Bawal siyang tawaging ray BA. Dapat magsisimula ka sa endpoint pag magpapangalan ka ng ray. Okay, so that is for ray. Next is for segment. Ang kaibahan naman niya doon sa ray, parehas siya endpoint. So walang arrowhead. So ito talaga yung may length. Ma-measure mo talaga yung length. That is the line segment. And then kung papangalanan mo yung segment, so segment AB. So line, yung bubong, ito ray, ito segment. Pwede rin BA or AB kasi parehas naman sila endpoint. The same sa line, itong ray sa ka-segment, pwede nyo gamitan ng small letter. Pag small letter, okay yung isang letter. Pero pag gagamit kayo ng capital letter, dalawa, both side. That is for the segment. And then pag plane naman, kadalasan represented parang ng ganyan lang, plane, and then lalagyan dito ng A, that is plane A. Okay? Yung pangalan niyang isang plane. And then for our angle, so based on the definition, it is composed of two rays joined at their endpoints. So may isang ray and then another ray. So may common endpoint sila. So automatically, this is our angle. So ang angle naman, pwede mong pangalanan. Halimbawa, ito, angle ABC. So you can name this as angle ABC as long as yung nasa gitna, pagagamit tayo ng 3 letters, yung vertex. So, pwedeng angle ABC or angle CBA. Bawal siyang basahin angle BAC. dapat yung nasa gitna is angle B. So, pwede rin siyang, kung ayaw niyong ABC, tawaging angle B using the vertex. So, isang letter lang pero yung vertex. And then, minsan, may nilalagay ditong number. Sabihin natin 1. Hindi yan measure, kundi name pa rin yan. So, that is also angle 1. So, yan ang mga pagpangalan ng angle. Minsan may letter, so lalagyan mo lang ng symbol para sa angle. So, that is for our angle. Okay, so ito po ang mga basic terms na dapat po tandaan sa geometry. So, again, incoming grade 9, don't forget this. Okay, muli po, magandang araw po sa ating mga kanumero, especially po sa grade 9, para po sa continuation ng ating geometry. Okay, sa ngayon po, ang topic naman natin is the parallel and perpendicular lines. So, definition lang ng parallel lines. Sa sabing parallel lines, it is composed of two lines that do not intersect. So, halimbawa, I have line AB, and then another line, CD, and then, automatically, pag hindi sila magme-met kahit anong extend natin, so these two lines are parallel lines. And then, pag perpendicular naman, two lines, so for example, I have line CD and line EF, nag-form ng right angle ang dalawang line, automatically, perpendicular na po siya. So, yan yung representation ng parallel and perpendicular lines. And then, minsan, sa mga presentation ng problem, may makikita kayong ganito. Sabihin natin, line AB. So, ang symbol ng parallel, pag may nakita kayong ganito, ang ibig sabihin niya, ng symbol niyan, that is parallel. So, ang pagbasa nito is, line AB is parallel to line CD. So, wag po itong kakalimutan. Ang ibig sabihin nito is parallel. And then, halimbawa na yan, ipipresent naman natin, line CD is perpendicular, baliktad na T. Ang pagbasa nito is perpendicular to line EF. So, yan po. Huwag mong kakalimutan yung symbol ng parallel and then perpendicular. So, that is for the parallel and perpendicular. So, we will now proceed. Doon naman sa parallel lines, cut by a transversal. So, ano ba yung mga angle na napo-form pag nagkaroon tayo ng parallel lines cut by a transversal? Okay, transversal. So, for example, I have line M and then another line N. So, sabihin natin, line M is parallel to line N. So, may symbol na ganyan. So, ibig sabihin, these two lines are parallel. Okay? So, ayusin lang natin ng konti. Okay, ganun pa rin. Okay, so, line M is parallel to line N. And then, cut by a transversal. So, definition of transversal line, it is a line that intersects two or more lines. So, gumawa tayo ng another line. Sabihin natin, line P. So, a transversal P at line M and N. And then, may mga mapoform tayo ng mga angles. Ano ba yung mga angles na yon? So, pangalanan natin muna yung mga angles. Sabihin, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, angle 8. So, we have 8 angles. Okay, so ano yung mga mapoform natin dyan? Una, first, we have the corresponding angle. Ano po ba yung corresponding angle? So, kung i-prepare natin siya, so dito, mayroong group dito para sa line M, and then, para naman sa line M, another 4 angles, i-prepare mo lang siya. Correspond, kung ano yung pwesto ng isang angle doon, dapat ganun yung pwesto dito. So, ito, halimbawa, angle 3. So, dito, ano yung kakorespond niya? Asan yung position ng angle 3? Nasa left and then upper part. So, hanapin natin nasa left and then upper part, which is angle 6. Kaya, ang corresponding angle niya is angle 6. So, the corresponding angle of angle 4 naman is angle 5. And then angle 6 and angle 3. Angle 2 naman and angle 7, angle 1, and angle 8. So, ito yung mga example ng corresponding angle. So, corresponding angle is one of the pairs of angle na makikita natin sa parallel lines cut by a transversal. Another is alternate interior angle. Ano yung alternate interior angle? Unahin muna natin interior. So, dito sa 8 angle, we have 4 angles na nasa loob. So, we have angle 2, angle 1, angle 6, and angle 5. So, those are the interior angles. So, pag sinabi namang alternate, parang kabaliktaran ng corresponding. So, for example, I have angle 2. So, ang position ng angle 2 dun sa 4 na interior angle is nasa left and then nasa taas. Kaya hanapin natin yung nasa right na nasa baba, which is angle 5. So, angle 2 and angle 5 is an example of alternate interior angles. And then, ang angle 1 naman, ang alternate interior niya is angle 6. And then, syempre, para naman sa susunod, we have the alternate exterior. Yan. Alternate exterior angle, ito, saka ito, takas ito naman, saka ito. Kasi yung exterior angle natin is angle 3, angle 4, angle 7, and angle 8. So, angle 3, angle 8, and then angle 4, and angle 7. So, that is alternate exterior angle. Okay? So, yan yung tatlong klase ng angles. Okay? Another na makikita natin sa parallel lines cut by transversal is the interior angles on the same side. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. Same side of transversal. So, ano yon? So, interior angles muna tayo. Angle 2, angle 1, angle 6, angle 5. So, angle 2, nasa same side, ito yung transversal. So, automatically, angle 2 and angle 6 are interior angles on the same side. And then, angle 1 and angle 5. Yun po, yun sa interior angles on the same side. Exterior angles naman, on the same side din. Same side of the transversal. So we have angle 3 and angle 7. And then angle 4 and angle 8. So yan yung mga angle na mapo-form if we have parallel lines cut by a transversal. So again, we have the corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, interior angles on the same side, exterior angles on the same side of the transversal.